Hey, what is going on? I hope you guys have had an amazing day. I've had an amazing day. Let me make sure this is recording because let me tell you something. Like, I was literally um recording some stuff and the microphone was not working. So I see that it's working. So that's great news. So I hope you guys have had an amazing day. My day has been very productive. I've gotten a lot done. I wanted to come on. I know it's pretty late. Yeah, it's I'm a night person. Like anyone knows me and knows that I'm a night person. I do literally everything at night to be honest. So, yeah, so hopefully you guys are up now, vibing out, listening. If not, you can always catch this on a replay. But before I get into the topic, which I really don't really have a topic, I'm just gonna be, just talking different things. Um, I want to share what's going on here at Beautiful Start Podcast. Um, so as you can see, there is going to be a live virtual call on June 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 45 minutes. And this live virtual call is called F It Up, Forgive, and Focus. Okay. And this live virtual call does cost is, you know, it's only $40. You know what I'm saying? $40 is what, a cheeseburger now? Like, I mean, inflation is just crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, being honest. Um, so right now I'm only doing Cash App payments, but you go to the website www.beautifulstarpodcast.com and then you click Beautiful Transformation Effort Up, and then you're gonna see like the form that you have to fill out. So all the form requires is for you to put your email and your name. Okay. And you know, when you signing up, you don't have to pay anything at that moment. But just provide the information, like your name and your email and the information regarding this live call and how to make a payment will be sent to your email. Okay. So definitely sign up. This is an informative live virtual call. Okay. Um, it's definitely going to be something that you can incorporate into your life for the betterment. Okay. So definitely sign up. The last day you have to sign up is going to be Thursday, June 26th. You cannot sign up the day of. Okay, you can't sign up the day of. Um, Hopefully it's not closed because I'm only going to have it's going to be restricted to only a limited amount of people that's going to be able to sign up. Only a limited amount of people. So definitely sign up. you know Another thing is I want you guys to know about the meaningful meditation. So that we do is absolutely free. Absolutely free. This group, right, which is it's just a meditation group, right? The group meets once a month. And it's always on like a Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's for 30 minutes. Okay. I have to stress that this is absolutely free. Anybody could sign up. So definitely, if meditation is your thing and you're interested in being a part of it, um, just you have to go to the website to beautifulstarpodcast.com, the same website, where you would go sign up for Beautiful Transformation. F it up. The live virtual call that we're gonna have on June 27th, you go to the same website, but this time you just click, meaningful meditation, and then you fill out the form, your email, your name, and you definitely want to uh check your email, because the email will be sent out with the date that the group is going to be on. It's not the same date every month. Okay, it's not the same date. Okay, although yes, it will be on Thursdays at 8 p.m. on a Thursday at 8:30 p.m., right? But it's not the same date. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people be like, "Oh, well, it's the second Thursday of the month." No, it could be any Thursday of the month. That's why it's important for you to sign up so that the date could be sent out to you, so you know which date it will be. So all you have to do is just sign up one time, and then you're gonna get the email. You know, unless you request that you no longer want to be a part of the group. But meditation is definitely good. It's informative. It helps you to kind of like focus your mind, right? Because sometimes our mind could be on different things. You feel what I'm saying? Like, um, and sometimes it's good to like focus your mind on one particular thing, right? um Sometimes people be thinking about all the problems that they have, um work, um the things that they have to do. um it's just a lot, you know and it just helps you to focus more. It just helps you to for clarity. It helps you to get to a peaceful state. You know what I'm saying? It's just it has a lot of properties. I'm gonna actually do a video that's dedicated to um meditation and uh what you can get out of it, right? But for now, if you guys want to sign up, definitely go to the website and sign up. And this one is absolutely free. Absolutely free. And then also letting you guys know that you could go to the website. You could go to the website and also book a session with me. Now, that's pretty much, self explanatory. So you could kind of go to the website and review that. But I wanted to let you guys know all the things that are going on here at Beautiful Start Podcast. Yes, I have the website up, and there's a lot of things that goes on the backside, right? Many moons ago, I used to do group. Um, and I'm not too sure if I'm gonna bring that back. It was definitely a positive group, like where a group of women, will meet up, um, virtually, and it was definitely empowering. Um, so I don't know if I'm gonna make it public again, where people could sign up and things like that. That was something that I used to have it open. It used to be open. People could sign up and stuff like that. But now it's like closed. So I'm not too sure if I'm gonna bring it back. I really have to. That's gonna be like a a decision. I don't know. But right now, that's what's going on. Beautiful Start Podcast. Um, I want to say that there's going to be a lot more to come. When I tell you there's going to be a lot more to come, it's going to be a lot more to come. I have so many different projects, so many different things um, that you know that's in the work, that is definitely for personal growth, um, and empowerment. So, yeah, just be on the lookout for that. You could always go to the website. Um, if I'm not going live, hold on, let me drink some water. I feel like my voice is kind of like, I don't know. I've been shouting, doing a lot of shouting. So, yeah, so it's going to be a lot of things that's in the work. A lot of projects that I'm doing, and I want you guys to be a part of that. So, in order for you to be a part of it, you have to sign up, and you have to go to the website and sign up. It's going to be some paid things, paid um some stuff you pay for, and then it's going to be some free things that I do. Um it's just, it's that's just what it is. I know there's some people out there that they're going to pay, and there's people that is not going to pay. But it's like, at the end of the day, you do what works for you. You know what I'm saying? You do you. um I'm not on here begging anybody to I'm saying, to do anything that they don't want to do. It's your life, it's definitely your life, and you have choices. Sometimes you choose to pay, sometimes you know what I'm saying, sometimes you choose to be a part of something, and sometimes you choose not to. Hey, that's life, you know what I'm saying? Um but for me, I'm definitely going to continue to um, provide information. I'm gonna continue to do my live virtual calls and the workshops and the classes and the different things that I offer, because I know that it's beneficial, you know, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. Um, so yeah, so that's what's going on. I hope to see you guys there. Definitely. Yes, I hope to see you guys there. But growing is a part of life. Growing is something that is out of our control. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could look at a person feet and see the growth. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, our shoe sizes don't stay the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you was a kid, you know, your shoe size ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have something else going on there or whatever. But for the most part, people don't wear the same size shoes. You know what I'm saying? When you was a freaking toddler in school age, you know what I'm saying? Teenager, young adult, for the most part, you have had different sizes in shoes, and then sneakers, or whatever it is, sandals. um it changes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is really meant to stay the same. Like, you have to grow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some people stay skinny. Some people get fat. Some people, you know what I'm saying? They work out. They build muscle. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's just what it is. And I know that there's some people out there that they scared to get older. Like, they just fear getting old. I know, like, when you like 19 and you thinking about 30 and 40, you having a mini heart attack, like, oh my God. But, like, you know what I'm saying, even when you like 40, you thinking about, like, damn, like, a few years I could be 60. Few years I'm gonna be 80. Like, and it's just, some people get a little scared, and they, you know what I'm saying, some people don't embrace getting older. That's why you have so many young people, they like to attack older people, especially like with women. Like, if you ever peep certain shows or certain type of, like, people mannerisms and the way people act, especially like reality shows, or like just people beefing on the internet, right? And especially when you have like a young person and an older person beefing, the young person always try to attack the the older person for their age. Like, yeah, you an old person, like, you old, like, you know what I'm saying? They always gotta like be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Especially like with women, you know what I'm saying? You have young women who always attack older woman. Like, the first thing they gotta say, oh lady, yeah, you a old bitch, like, something like that, but the reality is as long as you living, you're going to get older, and getting older is a blessing. It truly is. And especially when you are acquiring wisdom, when you becoming like aware of certain things in your life. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you become aware that of the choices that you've made that has gotten you to where you are, or gotten you into a situation that you ain't want to be in, right? And when you be conscious of that shit, and you um put yourself in a position where you say to yourself like, oh well, I'm not gonna make those decisions any longer. You know what I'm saying? That is empowering, right? When you make a conscious decision like that, and then everything kind of like in your world transforms in terms of your actions, like the things that you do. But that has to be something that, of course, that you want for yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, if you all right with where you at in your life, you know what I'm saying? And you like it, I love it. You feel me? That some people are content with making the same choices, or being where they're at, having like this mindset that keeps them where they're at, even though they're complaining and it doesn't feel good and it hurts. It just becomes like this cycle, like a cycle of pain for some people. Hold on one second, because I'm doing this and I didn't even have like these headphones in, so I don't know. Let's see. Put these headphones in so I can at least hear. Excuse me. I don't know. This is a one woman show right now because I'm like, I have a new, like, I said this on the other show, like I got some new headphones. So like I said, I was previously, with this, the microphone wasn't working, but now it's working. But I had to put in the headphone. I don't know. I don't even know what the purpose of the headphones really is, to be honest. Because you guys are gonna hear me either way. But it's, I guess, aesthetics. I don't know. I'm not even. You guys can't even see me. Like I have. Maybe in the future, I'm thinking like, yo, in the future, maybe I'll go live. But it is what it is. Like it's not really about me. You know what I'm saying? It's really about like what I'm talking about, really, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so with this idea of feeling like you can't change a certain situation. I know I'm switching it up a little bit right now, but hey, whatever. Like for people who feel like they can't change their situation and staying stagnant in a situation in which they complain about, they're uncomfortable, especially when it's coming from somebody else, you know, um, and feeling like you can't really speak up for yourself. You can't speak up for yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people stay in that state for years. Like they could be in a season that could have been only, it should have been like for like 3 months. Like the season was supposed to last for 3 months, but then you in a situation for 3 years. You in a situation for 30 years. You in a situation for 30 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as some aspect, right, is of your own doing. It's of your own creation. It's what you are allowing, you know what I'm saying, to really happen. Like, yeah, there's some things that does happen beyond our control, right? And some things that, yeah, we can't, you know what I'm saying, when you going out for your daily, you know what I'm saying, your daily routine, like going to work, right? We have some things that we do out of routine. You go to work, you know, nine out of 10 times you probably traveling the same way. Like, let's say if you driving or taking an Uber or something like that, you can't predict that, oh yeah, a car accident is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's like kind of like beyond your control, like when you are in an environment or on a highway where you have other drivers who are being reckless, who are doing crazy stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, that's what's kind of like interesting. Like when you think about those things that are out of your control, like yeah, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Those things are like, you can't foresee those things, but when you have someone who is treating you horrible and treating you like nothing, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you treating yourself like that, having, you know, with this low self-esteem stuff, not feeling good about yourself, like people could pick up on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no person who like is a mastermind, like a manipulator. Well, I don't want to say mastermind, but a manipulator. Sensing that, like, a predator. I want to say, yeah, because some people, you know, what I'm saying, they be manipulators and they be predators. Like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, prey on this person because they have low self-esteem and they don't, you know, I could tell that they don't love themselves, they don't feel good about themselves, so I'm going to pretend to like them, I'm going to pretend to be what they want, you know what I'm saying, just to take advantage. Now there are people who think like that. um Even if like you may be in a place where like you feel positive, and like, yeah, there's positive people out there, there's people with good intentions, but there's also people who don't have good intentions, for you. And sometimes those people could be in your and could be a part of your life. Sometimes people open the door for these people and bring them into their life around their loved ones and families, and not knowing that they are wolf in sheep clothing. Or even they could be a wolf in designer clothing. Let's keep it a buck. Like all these old sayings, like, because that's an old saying, a wolf in sheep clothing, you know what I'm saying? That's like, but like, you know what I'm saying, some people are, because I was about to go about to be on some, you know what I'm saying, start cursing and stuff. I'm trying, because I'm like, I'm live. I don't want to be, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna start going back to video format maybe, and not do so much of the live. Do like the audio. It is what it is, but sometimes you let these people in, like, because they sense something in you that's like that they could take advantage of you. Cause it's like you have one person, right? Let's say this person is a man, right? Boom. Like you could have one man, right? And then you could have like the woman that he dated. Like let's say he dated like five women or whatever. Well, five women he has dated. And those five women could either tell you the same thing about this person, or they could just tell you some different shit. Like, oh well, one person could be like, oh well, he did everything for me. He was there. He was very supportive, or blah 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 blah. Then the other four girls could be like, oh, the other four women could be like, oh my God, he was such a, you know what I'm saying? He was a bum. Like, I had to take care of him. I gave him money. I tried to hook him up with jobs. He wouldn't go to jobs, none of that stuff, blah, 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 blah. They could say that about that person because it's like they had him when he was getting on his feet and stuff like that. They be like, oh yeah, he was abusive, he was this, that, and the third, you know, he used to belittle me. Like these four women could say that about the person. Then this other woman could be like, oh well, he always took care of me. He had a job. He was so sweet. He gave me roses. He never was abusive. Like, what's that all about? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm like, it's certain traits. Like sometimes it's just like you have like a man who like it's just he's just who he is. Like, he gonna present himself one way, but once he gets to know you, you know, and get to whatever his intentions are, right? And his intentions could be just to be grimy, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be grimy, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. Um, whatever, however a man thinks. I ain't no man. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that some women experiences in certain relationships with men have not been good. And this could have been men who have a lot of money, some men who are like, just living check by check, or some men who just in a shelter, or some homeless. You know what I'm saying? Different levels, different, you know what I'm saying? Different statuses in life. Like you can't just be like, oh yeah, because this person is homeless, that's why he's acting like this. No, there's men who are rich and very powerful, and there's, women who have been abused. You know what I'm saying? Who has been manipulated, who has been just their life has been turned upside down. Like a lot, some women come forward with it, and some people don't. And that's just the fact. You got some people who just want to tell you everything, um, what's going on in their life, right? And then you have some people who's not going to tell you nothing. They're gonna front. Then after the fact, you're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? After the fact, when something tragically happens, when something bad happens, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they just move on, but in order for them to free themselves from um this mental agony, because that's what it is, because it's like, yeah, there's some women who been in abusive relationships for like 20, 30 years, 40 years, and then all of a sudden they decide to leave. But then it's just that the mental aspect of it, the mental torture, I want to say, because that's just exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important for someone to, work on themselves, right? And it's nothing wrong with going to see a therapist or even a psychiatrist. I know some people don't want to see a psychiatrist. They don't want to get diagnosed or be on certain medications or whatever the case may be. Hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what works for you. And yeah, but there's life after abuse. Life is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Just like before, um, being in a relationship with someone like that, right? You had yourself, you had things was going. That's probably what, you know what I'm saying? You was living your life, you know what I'm saying? A free spirit, happy, and sometimes it's just, I could talk about like childhood trauma and stuff like that. That would be a whole nother, episode, or like a whole nother, whatever. But yeah, it's like you had your life before that relationship, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You had your life before that. And even it doesn't even have to be an intimate relationship. It could just be any type of relationship that's abusive, verbally, physically, where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a people pleaser. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to kiss nobody, you know what. Um, you know, but when it doesn't feel right, when things aren't, you know what I'm saying, where you kind of like bending everything for a particular person. It's just like it becomes like, what is all this for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're not even getting nothing. I feel like a relationship is a two-way street. It's just, it is. Like, you have two people who are in, are together or whatever, y'all use each other. It doesn't have to be bad or nothing like that. You getting something from it. But when it's like this power and type of controls thing where this person want to control you, they want to know your every move, where you at, what you doing. You got to do check-ins in your house. You can't even be free. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not free anywhere in this world, you should be free. As soon as you come in your house, you should be like, oh yes. You know how ladies, when we come in the house, I don't know about you guys, but when I come in my house, my bra's coming off, be like straight up and down. Like, I'm like, yo, the bra coming off, the well, I don't really, on my daily basis, I don't really wear makeup like that, but I do have makeup. Like, when I'm feeling like, oh yeah, I want to put on makeup, I put on makeup. You know what I'm saying? Do my hair, dress up, whatever like that. But most days I like to wear, like, I be on my sweatsuit joint. Like, I just wear sweatsuits. I'm keeping it real. Like, that's just me. But yeah, cause I be like, yo, I don't care. Like, I'm like, when I get in my house, I want to put on my, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Bra coming off, putting on my my nice pajama shirt thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You know, sometimes I come off, get in the house, get in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Put on my little pajama stuff, get comfortable. You know, um, have me little snacks, watch me some movies or whatever the case may be. Like, I'm feeling really comfortable and free. You feel me? Like, you ain't gotta, like, when you come in your house and you gotta walk on eggshells. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a machine in your house. I mean, a robot in your house under somebody else's, someone who programmed your mind. Because really, people don't even want to talk about how this abusive relationship is. Like, you in an abusive relationship, that's trauma. So with the trauma, the dude is literally programming you to be what he wants you to be on demand. Now that's a whole nother show right there in itself. Like, I could break down all that stuff right there, boom. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes with really like analyzing things, because I don't know, like, with all the information out here, all the movies, all the Lifetime movies, some people just sit and watch Lifetime movies, be, you know what I'm saying? The Lifetime movies be just like, you know what I'm saying? The titles be crazy, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Just crazy stuff, like, but, you know, um, it's just kind of like, when it's time to kind of like move on and move to a different season and not staying in the same season for like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, just having something different. Like, sometimes um that's what is needed. You know what I'm saying? Um Sometimes it is just needed to, like, you need to kind of like just move on, and that's just a fact. And it's more so for yourself, and like, physically moving on, but mentally moving on as well. Because sometimes people move on and they minds be so messed up, and they still doing the same stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? You're still doing the same stuff, right? And then you attract the same type of person. Now, this attraction, like, what is that all about? Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, attracting the same type of person, it's like, how is it that every relationship that you get in is always the same type of dude, abusive? What's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Where does that come from? Like, how does someone overlook the good guy or the good woman? I don't know, cause some of these women out here, they be they be tying up their man and throwing them in the closet and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Guys get it equally abusive. You know, some people in same sex relationship and they be abusing their partner and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to like men shame or nothing like that. I'm just talking, right? Because if you are being abused by a woman, you know what I'm saying? That's you shouldn't allow no one to abuse you either. This is just like because abusive relationship is more so like it's control. If someone wants control and they want power, that's what that boils down to. You know what I'm saying? Because some men have been in very abusive relationships. Like they get beat up by their women. You know what I'm saying? They can't do nothing. This one woman had her man sleeping on the floor. Like, don't get in the bed with me. You sleep on the floor like a dog. You know that's trauma, traumatic. You know what I'm saying? And um that makes this thing in your head like it programs your mind. It shifts it, which is like but even when you like leave certain relationships or whatever the case may be, um, you have to kind of reshape your mind and work on your mind, you know? Um, and some people don't know how to really like shape it. I mean, shake what they've been through, you know? They were shut down and not even really open themselves up to other people. Some people like, hey, I ain't messing with nobody, please. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I am done. No more relationships. And some people like they just move on. Like, hey, they move on. Their life become better. They become successful, you know, in their own rights. You know what I'm saying? They create their own life the way they want to create it. They're not gonna let that stop them. They're not gonna become a victim. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna let, oh, okay, this one situation, this one relationship, right? Because you ask yourself, like, what makes someone stay and what makes someone leave, right? Because some people will leave, but then they go back, right? They'll go back to that same relationship. They'll go right back to the same relationship, the same person. Or they leave the person, but they don't take their threats very seriously. Where if someone says, oh, I'm going to, because your life is more threatened when you leave, right? Then you actually stay. That's why you got to be like, all right, bet, boom. He threatened to kill me or whatever, or unalive. Because I don't know, they be using just different terms. Like, I mean, it's just internet stuff is weird. So it's they say unalive, right? A person threatens to unalive you, um, and you broke up with them or whatever. Like, first of all, to me, I don't think what I'm saying. It's really a good idea to sit down with your abuser and be like, you know what, I think it's over. I don't want to be with you no more. Like, I don't think that type of person could really receive that conversation. Like, I did a whole video on ghosting because I just feel like you don't have to. You don't have to tell nobody. You don't have to tell nobody nothing. That's the funny thing about it. Like, I just feel like someone been abusive to you verbally, mentally, physically, financially abusing you, doing all this stuff to you, you know, just some people just it's just really bad. really bad, like where they have physical, not only the mental scars, but the physical scars. Some people, are missing certain limbs or, fractures, even burnt, like real stuff like that. Just crazy. And you mean to tell me you want to sit down and have a conversation with someone like that who's violent, who's crazy, talking about you gonna leave them? Absolutely not. That doesn't that's not You know what I'm saying? Like that this ain't no Paramount movie, you know what I'm saying? This is not no Disney movie and none of that stuff. This is not, you know, people be having it in their mind like, yo, this person is gonna return back to who they was. And that's not the case. That's not the case. Yeah, you met this person in high school or you met this person in college or wherever you met this person at, and it was very sweet, everything was going good, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden this person changed, whatever it was. You could have been with this person, had the best beautiful 5 years of your life, like, oh, I'm gonna stay with this person forever. But then once I hit the 5 year mark, something changed. I don't know, like, or whatever it is, the person just started becoming abusive, right? And then after that, year 6, year 7, every year after that has been dreadful. But you holding on to the little years, the small years when it was precious and beautiful, and you trying to keep that in your mind as golden, as beautiful, as like something to be like, all right, we had this time, he's gonna go back, like, making excuses and shit for a grown ass person, like, when it's your life, you ain't meant to suffer. Anyway, um so like this thing about ghosting, right? So I just feel like you don't owe him nothing. You don't owe that person nothing. Like, they trying to literally take you out, be like literally on some just crazy, like beating you and stuff like that. Like, what you owe that person? I don't understand it. What do you owe them? Somebody that's trying to come for you? You trying to literally come for me? Take me out? And I have to owe you. Oh, it's over? Please. In what world? Anyway, like, you pack up your stuff and you bounce straight like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? In a safe way. But the thing is like, all right, you break up with this person, right? You kick him out the house. He know where you live at, or he probably, you have your own place, they have their own place, but you don't move, right? But then you still working at the same job and they know where your job is at. They could pop up at any time. Like, you can't take none of that stuff lightly. You have to literally like change your life, your living situations, your work situation. You have to get a transfer. You have to literally move to a place that where this person don't even know where you at, type of shit. Like, you literally have to take it that serious. Like, when someone's threatening your life, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing to be taken lightly. It's plenty of, you know what I'm saying, women lives who have been destroyed, literally destroyed behind something like this. And so those things, you know, shouldn't be taken lightly. Because if someone says, oh yeah, I'm gonna off you, like, what? how do you say something like that to someone that you love and you care about? It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know like some people like to be in toxic relationships, but that's just it's just like I don't know. Life is draining enough. Like it just really is. With all that's going on, be it's draining enough. Like you feel what I'm saying? You gotta go home to someone who is toxic. You don't know, like you know whether you saying hi is gonna trigger an argument. Like ain't nobody got time for that. I don't know. Like on my birthday, I'm gonna be 42, b or maybe 41. Damn, I'm so old. I don't even know how old I'm turning this year. Like that's I done come to I done got to a stage in life where I be like, well damn, well wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I've come to a state like where I'm like, yo, peace is everything, yo. Peace is everything. Like I you know what I'm saying? When you young, like I don't know, young people I don't know, I can't even say that because it's like a mental shit. Because it's older women who older than me who still on that type of time who like that toxic stuff. So I think it really boils down to like the individual and how they program themselves, their mind or what they interested in and stuff like that. But for me, Lord, I just want to be on some peaceful shit. Like I just want to be on chill mode. Like all that drama stuff. I'm like I ain't got time for that. Like that I don't know. Like if I'm in the mood for drama, I'm going to watch a TV show be straight like that. I watch a reality TV show in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I could always know when I'm in a certain space. I'd be like, all right, let's do this reality. Let's all right, let's watch this. Let's you know what I'm saying? Let's throw on the TV or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? That's how far it goes. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you just gotta be like, ugh. Some things you just be like, I don't know. For real. But I'm not gonna sit here in front like, oh yeah, oh I'm perfect. Everything is all good. You know, I act like this. I don't do nothing. I'm just, you know, that would clearly be a lie. You feel what I'm saying? I'm human. I'm not perfect. But it comes a time when you gotta sit down and just be and analyze certain things and be like, oh, this ain't worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to work on yourself, like, because it's really not, other people. Sometimes it has a lot to do with yourself, like, and also like what you accept, right? Because sometimes we could be toxic, the toxic ones, and people cut us off. Like it be that serious, you know what I'm saying? But and um and sometimes you have to kind of like check yourself, right? And that's a part of growing. And and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, people are not perfect. However, I just think that if someone is wreaking havoc on you, coming into your personal space, trying to cause hell, then that's a problem. And it could be vice versa, right? Because sometimes you have to check yourself, like, shoot, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot, like I said, there's women out there who are crazy and abusive, like who are mentally like you know what I'm saying? They won't stop. You know what I'm saying? They trying to come for you. They trying to destroy you over something. Like it's just weird stuff. Like I don't know. Like as I get older, I just see like, oh my God, it's just a lot of weird stuff going on. Like the maturity level. Like you think, oh, like when you reach a certain age, you know what I'm saying? You be like some type of Gandhi shit. Like no, for real. Like that's not what it is. But you have to focus on you. Like you have to um do what you have to do for yourself, because if not, then these people are crazy. They try to come for you, like, you know um and it is what it is, but you have to protect yourself and take care of yourself and just be mindful of certain things. um and like when you are in a point where you are kind of like self-reflecting and analyzing and just being on some shit where you just like tuning into self and seeing what it is that you need to do, right? Or, because it's just like whatever. Like some people, they eliminate every damn body. Like, you know what? I didn't like what I've been through. That's it. I ain't talking to nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people who ain't do shit to them. They like, all right, yeah, because I went through this with my father, so therefore, that's it. I ain't talking to nobody. That's it. Boom. Shut it down. And that's their personal choice. What you gonna do? Some people feel like they don't have choices in their life. They, you know what I'm saying? Like when you go through life and you feel like you can't choose nothing, like you have no choices, like you can't get out of a situation, that's like literally, you know, a problem. When you feel like, oh, okay, I can't choose this, I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's like some weird back and forth type of shit. Like where you not even where you not having no type of movement. You like stagnant. That's what it's like. Like everyone else is presenting choices for you, but you're not really making any choices for yourself. And sometimes you have to kind of like choose you. You get it? You gotta you gotta literally choose yourself, be like real talk. You gotta choose yourself because people will have you like just in a state where it's not even beneficial to you. For real. I said some people. See, I knew, some people would have you just out there. Like, what the heck? Especially like those relationships. And, people who be fronting, they be fronting like, oh, they got the perfect relationship. Everything is good. And then it comes out like 10 years later, 20 years later, like, oh no, I was abusive, he was abusive, you know, and he used to make me do X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 all this stuff. That's why it's just like, all the stuff, like, that's why I don't really feed into the BS, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like your relationship is your relationship, you know, I don't really have any say so on what someone else is choose to do. You a grown person or whatever like that. But some people literally be depressed and sad over people posting stuff or where people are at in a relationship. What makes no sense. I feel like if you have goals and stuff in your life and things that you're trying to work on for yourself, and you know what I'm saying, then you have no time to focus on what it is that someone else has. Which the I don't understand that. Like, how could you be jealous of somebody else when you have a whole bunch of things, well, a relationship, when you have a whole bunch of things that you need to work on for yourself? To me, that makes absolutely no sense. It's just really it doesn't make sense. And you are looking at like the stuff that they posting online, the photos, the trips, the little clips, that anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't sit there. Well, I can't even say that. I am gonna say it, but it might not be true. Like people don't pick up the camera when things are messed up. They don't. Who gonna pick up? You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, yeah, people do pick up the camera now, like, cause um, it's a job to pick up the camera. Like I feel like certain content creators, right? It's like before people, they was content creators where they could kind of like make how to do tutorials, how to do certain things, um, you know, positive stuff like, they going out to a party, they doing like events, positive stuff, but then it's less just like I don't know, like as the time probably progressed, like they had to kind of like post more stuff and more stuff and more stuff. And it's like if it's nothing going good in your life, right, and you have to post a video because you need income, right? Because it's just like before for people, it used to be fun to like post videos, like fun. I remember like this was like over 10 years ago, right? Maybe 15. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And I used to pick up the camera for everything, yo. Literally, yo. I used to be out having fun with my friends, doing stuff with my son, with my family. Yo, I was the person who always picked up the camera and recorded stuff. And it was just so fun, like to just pick up a camera and just record the fun stuff. But even before that, like when I was in high school, I knew someone who had like a camcorder and we used to like record stuff, but I used to do stuff with that particular person. It wasn't like my group of friends, but that was someone else, and it was just so fun to just like record. It was just like the most funnest stuff, right? That was just mad fun to do. Who says mad fun? You could tell my age when I say mad fun. My slang is just like different. Like, I don't even know what people are saying in the streets anymore. That shit is so crazy. Like, someone was talking to me and they said something. I had to go to the Urban Dictionary. Like, oh, what is going on? Like, that's how I know I'm old. Like, you old when you gotta pick up the Urban Dictionary. Like, what's going on? Nah, but anyway, but it was just so fun to just, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that's in that state where they're doing that, and it was just so fun. But you know, as life goes on, like of course everything is not going to be a great experience. Sometimes you have trials and tribulations and challenges, and those things are meant to happen because um it helps you grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gonna be good all the time, right? But like when people have uh made it their income, right? So it's like, and they don't know how to creatively express themselves or in different realms and different, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to creatively express themselves in different areas. Like, okay, you may be going through a stressful situation, but how about you, when you cooking, you could, you know what I'm saying, start cooking or whatever like that on the camera, or, you know, do some arts and crafts or like different stuff, right? But then some people pick up the camera and they just talk about all their problems and everything that is going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? And even picking up the camera when the event is actually happening, you know? And that's a state where certain people are at, and it is what it is. Um but yeah, so but not often do you find people who do that, right? So it's like you have some people who, you know, I don't know, they spend a lot of their time online. They just be watching, you know what I'm saying? They are watchers, lookers, observers, or whatever you want to call it. And they so fixated on what someone else what's going on in somebody else's life, right? And they becoming jealous and like, oh yeah, this person got this, they doing this, and this is what I really want or whatever like that. And they become sad and depressed, and they kind of withdraw from their life and stuff like that, and they're not focusing their energy on their life no more, and they focusing their energy on someone else. And then come to find out that person, their life wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, their life wasn't all that. Like sometimes, they posting all this, oh yeah, couple goals and all this stuff, and then meanwhile they in a whole fully abusive relationship. B, that person that they looking at and idolizing, like, oh, they number one, they put them on a pedestal and all that stuff. Their life is so perfect, and it comes to find out that they was in an abusive relationship, that nothing perfect was about them. You know what I'm saying? All that was fake. All that was for money, pretty much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people, like I said, some people have to come online because it's their source of income, especially like, with the things that they're posting, right? It's no longer just like this thing where, oh, I enjoy it, I love it, this is, what I like to do. Like, it's no more like that. It's more so like, oh, I have to post because I have to make a source of income. You know what I'm saying? It's a job pretty much, right? And so people are buying into this facade, this fakeness, like, you know what I'm saying? Like this idea, like, oh yeah, their life is all perfect, but really, it's really not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Because if they had that black eye, they wish they could really post a picture with their black eye, like, yo, look, yo, look at my eye, look, you know what I'm saying? Look at this, you know. They don't be posting the pictures. Let me not even do that. But anyway, yeah. So it's just like to be jealous of somebody else in a situation is absolutely absurd. When you are yourself an amazing person, you know what I'm saying? You have to just go in with yourself and work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to work on yourself. And I just feel like self love is definitely important. Self love is because a lot of people, some people don't have that for themselves. They don't. They don't feel good about themselves. They do not uh put any energy into themselves or anything like that. They don't. They're just, you know what I'm saying? Everything, they have to have some type of validation from people outside of themselves. Um, you know, and that's where it has to, where you have to stop it pretty much. You feel me? Like, um, you have to start focusing your energy on yourself, you know. And with loving yourself, right, you have to love yourself like unconditionally. Like, there's no conditions. Like, some people, like, you know they just give up on themselves. They just give up. But loving yourself unconditionally, and you have to be willing to forgive yourself and start over and over again. Like, forgiveness is the key too, right? And it doesn't even have to be like, oh, uh with certain relationships, or with, what I'm saying, with, or anything like that. It could just be anything. Like, some people fall into like this self-loathing state where they don't feel good about themselves, and it's like, it's up to you to feel good about yourself, right? And sometimes you just have to start over. And when I say start over, I mean just that. Like, some people go into a rut, get stuck on pain, you know what I'm saying, and the old ways of being, right, and they stay there, and it keeps them from seeing the best version of themselves, and it keeps them from loving their true authentic selves, right. And you have to kind of like redefine um yourself. You gotta redefine um the things that you love about yourself. You have to kind of like, push yourself to a state where you are, focusing a level of your attention into yourself. Like, what are some like daily practices, self-love practices that you have going on for yourself? Like, what, like, like self-love or self-love, self-care, right? I feel like, yeah, like the things that you do shows like a level of the care for yourself, right? Sometimes you have to, you have to make time. You know what I'm saying? You got to take some time out for yourself, right? Spend time with yourself, date yourself. There's nothing wrong with going out by yourself. I know some people, they frown upon that, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Right? It's nothing wrong with, you know, going out alone. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. People go out alone to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? People be on alone by themselves on the internet, surfing the internet all day long. You know what I'm saying? People be doing that all day. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you gotta put yourself like on a pedestal, right? Start to adore yourself. Like, I don't know, there's some people out there they feel some type of way about that. I don't care. You know. You gotta celebrate your wins, and sometimes your losses too. Like, cause sometimes, you know, losing helps you to kind of like refocus too. Like, cause every, a closed door is just as good as an open door. I forgot what book I read that from, but I definitely, I was reading a book and it stuck with me. They was like, yo, a closed door is just as good as an open door. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like everything ain't for you at that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, or sometimes you have to just work harder. Sometimes you have to just, self reflect and see exactly what it is that you need to do. And it's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just got to celebrate your wins, right? And then you give yourself credit for your losses. Like, all right, things didn't work out, but hey, we moving on, we moving forward, or I'm gonna work harder. I'm gonna, what I'm saying, put my energy, you know, wherever, but somewhere else or whatever. But it is what it is, right? Another thing is, right, you could let go of all the stress and become your best. Let the stress go. Become your best. Be your best. And you know what I'm saying? You could determine what that looks like for you, right? Because we all, what I'm saying? It's no box. Like, people like to put people in certain boxes or certain categories and all that stuff as to what it is that they should be, what they shouldn't be doing, or what. It's your life. You're a grown person. Do what you have to do for yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like the stress, sometimes you just gotta let it go and just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta do some exercising, like, um, sometimes you gotta move your arms and, you know what I'm saying, move your body, like let the stress go, right? Another thing is meditating. I mean, as I was doing, I was moving around if I was sounding all like, you know what I'm saying, discombobulated. Yeah, I was moving around when I said you gotta move your body. I'm moving my arms. Like, yeah, you gotta move it and just like let the stress go and just be like, yeah, whatever. Straight like that. You feel me? Right? Um, Another thing to do is like meditate. Like, another thing, like when you just feel like you are not in a good space, meditation is so good for that. Be like, it's so good. Like, you just feel like it just takes you to another yo. All of you guys, you need to sign up for the meditation. I'm telling you. Okay. Another thing is be kind to yourself. Speak to yourself in a positive. Focus on your positive. Focus on having positive self talk, right? Because I know sometimes some of us have like this negative dialogue, and you know what I'm saying, you be in a damn abusive relationship to yourself. The way, you know what I'm saying, some people, if they really focus harnessing on what they be saying when things be happening to themselves, they be like, well, god damn. Because if someone ever said negative stuff to you, you'd be like, ah, you'll feel it. But some people say have a negative self dialogue, and it's just like, oh no, you got to get it together. You got to start talking positive, having positive self talk. Like, you know, you have to do that, right? You got to get rid of the negativity that's keeping you stuck. You have to release it, right? Sometimes it's good to write out. I mean, you can get a journal, write it out. That's good too. And then another thing is, right, you could start using daily gratitude, like being very happy. I mean, grateful for what you have. You feel what I'm saying? Being grateful, like I'm so grateful for my home. It may not be big, but I'm grateful I have a home. I'm grateful um to be in my right mind. I'm grateful for my body. You feel what I'm saying? I'm grateful for the food that I've eaten today. I'm grateful to have all my basic needs met. I'm grateful to be motivated. I'm grateful to keep going, to keep moving on. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for living another day. You know, those things, like, you know, I may not be where I want to be at in life, but I'm grateful for where I'm at in life. I'm grateful to start working towards where I want to be in life. I'm just grateful to be in good health. hmm Stuff like that, you know? It's good to kind of like get yourself in that place, right? And another thing is accept your flaws, even the things you don't like about yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can say, you know what? I'm grateful for my stomach. It may be big, it may be wide, but you know what? I'm grateful that I'm in good health, B. I'm grateful. I'm grateful ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You like I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for my breasts. You know what I'm saying? They may not be sitting up and perky. You know what I'm saying? They may be touching my belly button, but you know what? I'm grateful. You just gotta be grateful. Like I'm grateful for my body. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my hair. You know, even though you know what I'm saying, it could be a little bit longer, but you know what? I'm grateful for my low cut Caesar. You feel me? You just gotta be grateful. Like, you know, you just gotta, you gotta be grateful. You know what I'm saying? You gotta accept your flaws. You gotta be like, you know what? Uh, my hair may not be long, but I accept where it's at. You know what I'm saying? It been stopped growing a long time ago. Like, you just gotta accept the flaws. Whatever the flaws is, it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they flaws or they teeth or, they were like, oh well, I accept my flaws with my teeth. Yeah, my teeth might be crooked or whatever the case may be, but they my teeth, and I can articulate myself, so I'm grateful for that. Like, I don't know, you gotta accept your flaws and accept certain things because it is what it is. It's you. What can you do? You know what I'm saying? Some people, they try to correct it because they think it's bad. They think it's something that's a hindrance to their life, but it's really not. Like, it's like once you accept something, no, everyone else has no choice but to accept it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You notice that when you don't have no issues with something, a lot of people don't have issues with it either. Like, typically, or whatever the case may be. But because it's like sometimes people have issues with um their flaws, and it stops them from even um doing the things that they have to do in life. It stops them from like moving forward and shit like that or whatever. And then sometimes they try to correct it, and it makes it worse. like like some plastic surgeries. Like I was watching an episode of is this called Botch? Like it's a show. I think it's called Botch. It may be called something else. Like people come to these guys who like do plastic surgery, cosmetic plastic surgery or whatever, and they previously went to someone else to get something corrected that they felt like was wrong with them, and then the doctor made it more worse that they went to, and so they got to go to someone else to have corrective surgery to fix it. And it's just like, you know some people will create problems for themselves. Like they will create um problems, like, because I'm like, if you would have accepted this, you could have avoided um being in that situation or whatever the case may be. But you gotta accept your flaws. You definitely do. You definitely do. It's important, right? But while we here, I'm gonna be talking about this live virtual call, right? So I'm just gonna let you guys know that on um Friday, June 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm gonna have a live virtual call. It's the live virtual call is called F It Up, Forgive and Focus. Okay? This live virtual call is for 45 minutes and it's $40. Only accepting Cash App payments. Go to the website. Let me drink water. Go to the website www.beautifulstarpodcast.com. Go to Beautiful Transformation, F It Up, click it, and you could sign the form. All you need to do is put your email and your name, and everything will be sent to you regarding the live call and how to make a payment. It will be sent to your email. It will be sent to you immediately. Immediately. Um, so definitely be a part of this, because forgiveness is important. We have to forgive ourselves, right? We have to understand the power of forgiveness of self, right? That's important, because a lot of times people get stuck because they don't forgive themselves, right? Yeah, people always talk about forgiveness of other people, but what about forgiveness of yourself, right? There's a lot of things that come with that, like when you don't have like the forgiveness of self, right? It's just a lot of like built up um self loathing or something like that. It comes with it. And it's like sometimes you just got to forgive yourself for making certain choices, or you know what I'm saying, the things that contribute to where your life is at. And some people can't move on from that, from the things that they've from the choices that they've made, because literally everything that you've gone through was a choice, unless it was someone else's. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we cannot do anything about the choices that our parents made, that they was over us, right? They had some level of control over, because when you're a kid you have no control. Like some people, they are grown adults and they still can't get over the stuff that they went through when they was a kid. And it's like you have to forgive yourself, right? because that was beyond your control. You had no control over what someone else did. You had no control over that. No control. Like, we can't control something that, has happened a long time ago. And then, especially when you was a kid, like, if I come on here and talk about all the traumatic stuff I've been through, y'all be like, well, damn, you should be in a mental institution somewhere, be straight up and down, right? And it's like those things you have to work on, right? You have to work on it, straight up and down. You have to work on it. Um, and forgiveness is essentially is the key, son. Like, for yourself, forgiveness. I'm like, we probably gonna touch a tad bit on others, but this is mainly the power of forgiveness for yourself, right? And understanding it, right? And breaking it down. But it's only gonna be 45 minutes now. We might go over the 45 minutes. Like, please prepare. Please prepare. But definitely sign up. This is definitely going to be life changing. Definitely life changing. Yeah, as while I'm on this, talk about the meditation. I want you guys to definitely sign up for the meditation. Um, Sign up for the meditation. The meditation is absolutely free. We will meet once a month on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be for 30 minutes. Like I keep saying, it's absolutely free. All you have to do is go to the website, click meaningful meditation, then sign up the form, and all the information will be sent out to you. All you have to do is sign up one time, and then every month the email will be sent out with the date of when the meditation is going to be. All that I ask is that you guys be in a quiet space and you have the time, you know what I'm saying, to participate, right? That's why I wanted to put out there, like, yes, and it's Eastern Standard Time. So it's Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so if you on and outside of that time zone, then you have to really figure out, okay, what time is it where you are at, when, you know what I'm saying, when it's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time where I'm at. Because I'm on the East Coast, you feel me? So you just have to kind of like figure that out. Um, yeah, but it's absolutely free. Um, yes, that's what it is. And then also, you guys could definitely uh book a session with me. Um, all you have to do is go to the website and click book a session. You click book a session with me, and there's different two sessions right now that I'm offering. And right now I'm running a sale. So there is a sale price right now for when you book a session with me. So I have the one-on-one sessions, which is focused on self-improvement and personal growth, right? Um and so usually the one-on-one sessions are 175 for half an hour. Right now, the sale is from now until July of this year. You could get a one-on-one with me for $50. So that's up until July 2025. Because I don't know if you guys gonna be listening to this. You know what I'm saying? So right now a one-on-one session is only $50 for 30 minutes. Um, but after July 2025, the price will resume back to 175 for the 30 minutes. So that's the one-on-one session, and then I have the V sessions, which is this is just like it's event session pretty much. Um, and it's 30 minutes for $35, right? So Yeah, after, so that's on sale too. But normally I don't offer this. Like this has this this has not been for the past year. I have not offered this, but back in the days I did. So it might not be like after July 20 because it's on sale. Normally I charge like $100 for this, but um it's on sale now up into July 2025. Um but I might not be offering it any longer. I don't know, or it might resume back to 100. I don't know. I honestly don't think. I think after July, I'm not gonna offer it for a while, and then I'll probably bring it back. I don't know, but for now, I am offering it. And so it's 30 minutes for $35. After July 2025, it will no longer be available, or it will resume back to $100 until further notice. I don't know, right? We're gonna see, but you could book a session with me. This type of one-on-one V session, this type of session is designed for, like, talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are open to talk about whatever you want to talk about without any judgments or interruptions. It's a safe and positive talk space, right? So that's pretty much what that's about. The other one-on-one is really focused on self-improvement and personal growth. That's what that's really mainly about. You receiving tools um for that, right? But definitely take advantage of the one-on-one, which is $50 for 30 minutes, and a one-on-one slash V session, which is $35 for 30 minutes. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely go to the website and book a session. Like I said, after July 2025, the prices will definitely resume back to the regular price or whatever. But that's what's going on my website. I mean, what I have going on, not public or whatever, like private stuff. And these things would be like virtual or whatever the case may be. It would be like a live virtual, but you have to just go to the website and fill out the form. All you have to do is provide your name and your number. Yeah, your name. You have to provide your name, your email, and your phone number for that. And then because all right now, like I said, all payments is going to be through Cash App until further notice. But everything will be sent out to you of how to make the payment. Like my Cash App and stuff like that is not live. It's not. It's nowhere. It's nowhere on the internet. My Cash App is nowhere on the internet. That's something, unless you are requesting a service, then that's when you get it. That's when you get it. To just make a payment for the service. But in the future, like I said, I'm going to have other methods of payment, but that's what it is for now. For now. I don't know what the future holds or whatever. If you guys are listening to this on a replay, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because this is going to be on the internet. But anyway, but that's what's going on now. But I'm about to end this. I got some you know early morning grown woman stuff to do. Stop, but I am gonna get off of here now. I thank you guys for tuning in. If this is your first time listening, definitely subscribe, like, share. I and definitely I do want this channel to grow. So definitely hit a like and share. All right, peace.